Hi, I'm Larry Agran, Irvine City Council member. I want to take this opportunity to talk with you about two passions of mine: honoring our veterans and building beautiful parks in our city. At the Great Park's northern edge, known as the Artisite, I see an opportunity to transform city land and remember our veterans with a beautiful Veterans Memorial Park. If you've driven by that site any time in the last decade, you know it's currently strewn with debris, dormant, and dilapidated. It's an eyesore, plain and simple. In just a minute, I'm going to share a video with you that highlights how we can transform the Artisite into something wonderful. At the end of the video, you'll see a resolution I've proposed that, if adopted by the City Council, would initiate demolition and cleanup of the Artisite by June 2022. Council adoption of my resolution would fulfill a long-standing promise that we made to ourselves years ago. The Artisite was already designated a, quote, Veterans Memorial Park, close quote, by voter-approved ballot measures 2 times, including specific zoning of the site. That means it's now the law in Irvine. In this video, we'll explore all the features a Veterans Memorial Park can have, including a 2.5-mile perimeter park and an adjacent 35-acre forest. After you've seen the video, I ask you to let my colleagues on the City Council know that you want to see this matter placed on a City Council meeting agenda right away. Right now, I'm excited for you to see all that the Artisite can be. So, here we go.
Hello, my name is Brandon. I work for the office of Councilmember Larry Agran. I'm here to cover the essence of what Larry discussed at December 8th's press conference and what he would like to discuss at a future City Council meeting. The Veterans Memorial Park would be built on the amended and restated development agreement, or Artisite. It's 125 acres, it's 10% of the Great Park's acreage, and it's currently zoned for a Veterans Memorial Park. The entire Great Park used to belong to the much larger former Marine Corps Air Station El Toro. 3 years later, and as it sits today, right alongside the northern edge of Irvine Boulevard, residents haven't been allowed to access the site, let alone enjoy the same amenities everyone else in the Great Park has. The results speak for themselves. Doesn't look any better from the interior, by the way. For close to a decade, residents have heard the city and City Council promise them a Veterans Memorial Park. How can we keep subjecting our community to live with this blight? The truth is, we can't. It's time to transform the Artisite and start building a Veterans Memorial Park now in their honor. So how do we do it? Well, voters have given the city license to design a park with many different features. So first, we lay out the idea and concept plans. And next, the most important part, we take a tour. Our first stop will be the perimeter park, the lime green area on this map covering the entire 2.5-mile perimeter. The perimeter park serves as an entrance, a walkway, and a commemoration of veterans. Again, it lasts 2.5 miles, and you will enter it on a slope from an 8-foot elevated berm. It'll be about 90 to 150 feet wide, and anytime a resident or Great Park neighbor wants to take a safe walk in the Great Park, they can rely on the shade and the lighting that we will position around the entire trail and sidewalk. You can stop anytime to read and remember the history of the base, so it's something truly anybody could enjoy. Now, let's pause part of our way along the perimeter park to experience the 5-acre botanical gardens. Anything we design could take inspiration from other cities. This is just one example. Here's a piece of Bouchard Gardens in Victoria, British Columbia. Another example is San Diego. The city has an entire botanical building at Balboa Park with a lily pond too. Our botanical gardens will include native Irvine plant species and allow visitors to enjoy a quiet, serene oasis in the Veterans Memorial Park. This area will symbolize the peace that our veterans have given Irvine, Orange County, and our nation. And this is an example of what the next piece, a memorial garden, could look like. Everything will be designed by Irvine residents. We want to give two other features of the park an honorable mention. The first one is the world's largest U.S. flag. The airbase's former runway is too costly to extract, reuse, or discard, but it is just the right size to be the largest mural flag on the planet. People could walk the perimeter, and we could construct bridges so visitors could envelop themselves in our stars and stripes. The site also has a reflecting pond. One reason to have a pond is that when you dig and create water features, you provide the soil that on site can be transported over to the perimeter to build a perimeter park. We can have features just like these if this is what residents want. One thing we're also really passionate about is the restoration of the iconic air traffic control tower. This tower would serve as a crucial part of what would be our aviation museum. The aviation museum could include the restored air traffic control tower, as well as feature planes that have held historical significance in Irvine. This could include planes from World War II or the Vietnam War. The planes could be stored in the nearby hangars we have. As you can see, they're both quite large and structurally sound. The last piece of the park is the Forest Reserve, marked as number 8 on this map. We want to honor our veterans with a beautiful living monument. The Forest Reserve would achieve just that. We know that this is doable because Carbon Canyon Redwood Forest, just 15 miles from Irvine in Brea, is man-made, covers 10 acres, and was planted in the 1970s. And can you see how beautiful they look today? We can definitely achieve this. This 35-acre forest, complete with native plants, natural and man-made pathways, and more, could increase our urban canopy coverage and the area's property values. It could also significantly cool the area and capture a large amount of CO2 emissions. A single mature tree planted provides the equivalent net cooling effect of an AC blasting for 20 hours a day. Residents of the Great Park have been asking for this feature for a long time. The citizens of Irvine have requested for more passive experiences in the Great Park, and this forest reserve would serve exactly that role. This is all so doable. So to conclude, what you're seeing here is the view that Great Park residents have to look at every day. It's Blight. And now you are seeing what it would look like built with a perimeter park. Blight Park. Blight Park. Can you tell the difference? We hope you can. This is another view of the eyesore that residents see right now. This is what the finished product would look like. Eyesore, product. Eyesore, beautiful park. We think that it's really easy. So this proposal is doable, as we've shared, and all it requires are 3 votes of the City Council. The Council would need to approve Larry's resolution calling for the demolition, cleanup, and site clearance of the ARTA site on or before June 1st of 2022. The money for this project would come out of the $100 million Great Park Development Fund. This is money already set aside in the budget. Nevertheless, we expect these expenditures to be recovered, whole or in part, from the state or federal government. Thanks for listening. Look for a community town hall meeting on this topic with Larry and Irvine residents coming next year. If you have any questions, Larry would like to speak with you in more detail. We look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks.